Good morning. Hope you're doing well. It's Thursday morning. Robin is in New Jersey visiting her son, grandson, and daughter-in-law. And since she's in New Jersey, I thought I'd paint a picture of New Jersey. Sort of, kind of. So this is Paterson Great Falls. Paterson Great Falls. It's a National Historical Park in New Jersey, and it's on the Passaic River. That waterfall is falling as part of the Passaic River. I'm not that familiar with the area, but I have visited it. So let me show you some clips real quickly from when Robin and I visited it. So there you go. You can see that. See, it's really a beautiful place, and it's got so much history behind it, and just so much. There's a lot of walking trails, and if you live there, you probably love hearing that this is the subject of today's painting, because I know how it is for me when I'm seeing pictures of a place that I'm familiar with. So hopefully, let me go back to me. There I am. So hopefully the painting brings back some memories for some of you. This was a little bit of a challenge because it has so much going on in it. But if you're up for it, let me show you how I did it, okay? Here we go. All right, well, this is a challenge. So good morning, everybody. And I'm going to need a ruler, a straight edge. Doesn't have to be a ruler, it just has to be a straight edge. In this case, it is a ruler. And I just want to get the bridge in here a little bit. As you know, you could probably wing it without using a straight edge, but I just think it's a little bit easier. And there's a little bit of a hint of a perspective going on, so it's a little bit wider there than it is there. And then there's the line that goes across the top, which is kind of like a handrail. So we're looking at the bottom of the bridge, and underneath it has the support that goes around like that. I don't really have a tool to do that curve. I guess I could use a compass of some sort, but I'll just go ahead and wing it. And then over here it'll come around so you can see this side of it too. See, so it comes together here, and then that side kind of obliterates that side. So you have those two there, and it goes into the rock. And we want to make this the waterfall. Coming up around here. That's all going to be lit up there. There's the sky. There's the bottom of the bridge. Here's the bottom of the waterfall. The waterfall's going to come up this way. It's going to flow this way with the rocks. On the side of the wall here. I'm going to try my best to capture it exactly as it looks, but I may not be able to. Well, I am able to. Let's not say I'm not able to, because we all are able to. But I guess for the intent of doing a video of how I would do it, I think it's fun to do landscapes that don't exactly represent. However, in this case, I do want it to be a little bit accurate because it's an actual place. So, it's a pretty amazing history behind this place, especially as far as American history goes. So just kind of sketching it all in, making making sure we know where the things will be and where the lights and the darks are going to be. So lots of lights and darks. So let's hope we can pull this off. So we've got the waterfall. The other waterfall has kind of got more than one area that shoots down water, drops down water. Okay. Well, there's our very rough sketch. Let me think if I want to do any of this with pen and ink. I have my pen ready. I think I'll just keep it watercolor the whole way through. All right, let me put the pencil and the eraser and the ruler away. Now let's get started with this baby here. Okay? So I'm going to use my trusty. I seem to favor this guy here, this brush. I don't know what it's called, but it's a good one. It's a good one. So let's get started with a little bit of watercolor blue. I'll just make that sky back there because there's a lot of trees in this picture. So, but I want some blue behind the trees, just so that we have that layered look, you know. Right now, Robin is in New Jersey. That's what this is, of course. As you know, it's Paterson, New Jersey. I'm not really sure if it's called the Great Passaic Falls or the Great Paterson Falls. I am not sure, to be honest with you. I can't remember. As you saw the video in the beginning, a little clip from when we were there. The park is called Great Paterson Falls National Park, I think. I think it's a national park. Well, you'll probably know. And the idea of doing a landscape that has a man-made structure in it, like a building or even like cars or a Ferris wheel. A lot of times people like to paint pictures of carnivals and circuses and things like that, and so they put the Ferris wheel is always an important part of those kind of pictures. We should do one of those one day. I'm not doing it today though. I'm doing the Great Passaic Falls. Oh, Great Paterson Falls. I don't know which one it's called. All right, there. We'll let that dry. That's the sky, but there's going to be a lot of trees in there too. All right, now what I want to do, I want to kind of calculate where the light's going to be. So this is one of this light coming down here. I'm going to go ahead and use the blue. Let me use this other blue. Yeah, let me use this darker blue. This darker blue is going to be the shadows of the falls. There's white down there, pure white. And then a lot of white in the river. And then over here, let's see. That's the falls, right? And this is, yeah, this is the falls right here too. We'll just put the falls there. Just put it in there, and we'll work it when we get there. It's probably a good idea to work it now, though. I like that color as a shadow. I'll use a little bit of green here. So again, as always, when I start with the light colors, they look dark because the paper's white, but they will look light when we're all done. They will have that light look, and some of this stuff has to be pure white. Let that dry. Then we go ahead and add some of this green over here. For this tree over here. We gotta let that light blue stuff dry. And we can add some, let's see, what color is this? That's green. We could use that green up here, I think, now that it's drying. Put some light green up here. So, yeah, when we went to this place, I had never even heard of it. And when we talked about it on social media, a lot of the people that I know knew this place and were remarking about it. So obviously it's a very popular place. It's a beautiful place. Definitely was worth the hike. We had a hike that day to go to these different things. All right, now I'm trying to figure out a way to make these rocks look like rocks. Just add the darkness first, I think. Sometimes I start with the light stuff, sometimes I start with the dark stuff. And back here now, here's the underside of that bridge. We can go ahead and add that in there. Just make that, follow that line as close as I can. Just get that underside of that bridge. There we go. I know I'm doing this a little bit premature. Just want to see what it looks like. Handrail. Let that dry like that. Okay. All right, now let's get some of that green. Let's see, what is this? This is dark green here. I want to put these rocks in here. Sit back here. So there's at the top of the rocks. It's very, very dark over here and very light over there. I think everything is much darker than the waterfall. So I'll just add a lot of definition here. And this has to be kind of very light here. This even has some hints of yellow in it. Just have to get these sides of these rocks looking like they have light hitting them. It's just a series of light and shadows, you know. That's kind of what I'm trying to do here. Just the pieces of the rock. Kind of a challenge, isn't it? I think I probably should have used the pen and ink for the bridge. Maybe I could still fix that. So these are darks and darkers. Dark and darker. I think the key is going to be to have lots of undefined areas. At the bottom of that bridge, a little bit darker. There we go. You know, up here we have this dark green in the background, and all these rocks on top have a little glow on them. And over here too we have that green for this little bush. we'll just keep working it until it comes together. Like right now, I don't see it. I sort of see it actually, but it's not as good as it could be. But of course, you know, it takes time, right? Just get some green in here. Let's go ahead and get some dirty water on here to create that gray look. And some of the side of the cavern has that kind of yellow from where the sun hits it. Lots of rocks here. So there's the waterfall. I'm trying to define where the waterfall is. There's that one waterfall. And then these rocks that define the other side of it. And then these rocks come around like this. That whole area drops in. And the waterfall stops about there. And then a few areas of here. Some greenery up here. Starting to come together. What do you think? I feel like there's so much going on with these rocks. It's just a series of light and dark. And this side of the cavern is the darker side, it looks like. River goes this way and comes over here. So we're starting to get it. Now, this would have been an interesting thing to do as a plein air painting, I think. I think that would have been a fun thing to set up the easel. I really think I'm going to head in that direction with these videos, is to do more plein air. I like the idea of taking the thing I have to figure out is how to do the video, because I don't know how to set the camera up exactly. If you use gouache, you could probably do it better, because then with gouache you have a paint that doesn't need to run. Sometimes with watercolor you kind of need it to run, you know. So, you know, when we went to this place, this great Paterson Falls, Passaic Falls. See, I'm still stumbling over the name because I'm not sure what it is. But when we went here, I caught a beaver out of the corner of my eye, just crossing the trail we were on, and nobody, Robin and her son, didn't see it. That's who I was with, was Robin and her son, and they didn't see it. But then later on, when I looked at the video that I made, I saw it. You could see it real briefly, real tiny. Well, probably wasn't tiny in the real world, but it was tiny on the video. All right, let's just put some water here. Let that dry. Give it some texture there. So we want that to be there. It's starting to happen. It's starting to look like we want it to look. There's just so much going on in this picture. And it is not going to be an exact duplicate of the Great Paterson Falls. All right, I'm going to lean on some of these dried gouache colors. Actually, I think I'll use some of the tubes. Maybe that'd be a smart idea. I feel like I need to put some trying to figure out how to do this. I want to make sure I have all the light in here from the waterfall, but I want to make sure the greens are green. This is a tricky one. Alright, let's go ahead and take this. I'm going to take the tube of yellow, and this is called lemon yellow, and I'm going to mix it with the green that's already on the paper. You see I have dried green, so I have the wet yellow there and the dried green there, so I'm going to try to mix them and see if I can come up with a nice yellow. Can you see what I'm doing? A nice yellow green that'll make this area pop right here. In fact, I could probably just get away with putting yellow. No, I can't. It's got to have some green in it. Because this is where the sun is hitting this whole area here. And up here. Yeah, you got to get that green in there. And it's off camera, but that's what I'm doing. I'm just grabbing the green and activating it with the water. Yeah, I think these trees need to be more defined. That yellow will brighten up that green. Same thing down here with this tree. This bush. It's very... I think yellow is more likely the color that we're seeing. And you can see it through the framework of the bridge too. And it's darker than the foreground green. It goes back here. So you have those bushes there. Yeah, this is not a quick one. This one takes a little bit of time to work it. I apologize for my hand being in the way. I know you've mentioned it to me, some of you, that my hand gets in the way. I need to get a second camera. That's the trick I learned. I learned that from you guys. You need to get a second camera aiming off to the side. Okay, so this is really working out kind of nice so far. Keep your fingers crossed. Let's see if this comes out nice. And then over here too, on top of these rocks, got all this light green. This yellow green on top of the rocks. Keep grabbing it. Just keep working it. Yeah, there's a lot of green up there. And it goes above the bridge and through the framework. Keep working it. Maybe that's the whole point of this particular video regarding the painting part of it, is just take your time and keep reassessing it. Keep looking at it, re-looking at it, asking yourself if it looks the right way. So this is a lot of gouache. Gouache comes in really handy when you're trying to touch up a watercolor. In this case, watercolor started the painting, but I think gouache is going to finish it. I like putting these green things on top of these rocks. It makes it come alive. You see? So there's the top of that waterfall. Have all this greenery here. That you can see through the bridge. See what I meant when I put the blue down, that you're not going to see much of it anyway. That's exactly what happens. You don't see much of it. Keep working it. Okay, trying to get this tree. It's looking more like a tree now. It's been kind of looking like a blob. Okay, now these are the rocks here that waterfall's coming down. of a rock showing through the waterfall right there. It's coming together. It's starting to look like what I want it to look like. Yeah, so Robin is in New Jersey right now, visiting with her grandson and her son and her daughter-in-law. And they're going to see a little play, a little 5-year-old in a play. That ought to be fun. Beauty and the Beast. Yeah, I'm going to admit that this is not going to look exactly like the reference photo I'm looking at, but hopefully it'll be enough. Make a nice painting, a nice composition. Yeah. There's a little bit of green up here. I keep wanting to make this bush isn't looking like a bush yet to me. It still looks like a big blob. Keep waiting for it to dry. With some of that green in there. Yeah, I'm gonna have to let that dry before I really work that in there. But what I can do is put some of the stuff behind it. In other words, paint the negative space. There's lots of areas over here that have dark and light just coming off the rocks. Just keep working it. Just keep working it. Now you can sort of see the waterfall, right? You can sort of see what I was trying to do with that light blue to create that shadow. There's more trees up here. There's a lot of trees. Just a lot. Just have to keep working the green and the yellow. That looks pretty good. This bush over here doesn't look good yet, but like I said, I have to wait for it to dry. I put a little bit more dark over here, I think. And a little bit more green over there too. Maybe some more green here. Get that yellow in there. here, we have these little notches in the bridge that I figure I'll add the gouache to make it look there. That's the underside of the bridge. Just add those in there. Giving all these little areas some definition. You give it a little bit of definition here. Some of it has to dry first. So now I think the next thing will be to darken the shadows in the water. I think we did a good job of keeping that greenery up there looking like greenery. The greenery down here doesn't look so good yet, I think. You can sort of see it. Sorta. It's a funny word, isn't it? Sorta. We're 41 minutes into this one. Alright, now what I want to make sure I do is that white. I love that white coming across there. So let me let me clean my brush. Actually, let me use a different brush. Something that's soft. This is a soft brush. Oh, that's a very soft one. Okay. Let's use that very soft one and go for the watercolor blue. Whoops. I'm hitting buttons somewhere. Let's make that water. Let's get that blue back here to test it out a little bit. And mix it with purple. See if I can get it looking a little bit darker than that. Okay. I just want to darken the shadows in the water. The shadows in the waterfall. And it gets white right there. It gets dark down here. Stays white over there. Let's put that in there. Just try to get this blue into this water here, so that, because there's part of this water that looks like pure white. It's just the sun is just hitting it in such a way. But then other parts have this almost like a dark shadow but still lighter than everything else around it. There's even some areas over here that look green to me. And then of course there's the reflection in the water, so I can do that. Just grab a little paint and put it down into it. Alright, now we're going to let it dry. I think once I let it dry, I can go ahead and smudge this around, because that's what I'm going to do later on anyway. So what I want to do is, I just want to read you a little bit from this place. Yeah, we're painting here. And that'll give it time to dry. I just need it to dry a little bit. It's not too bad. It looks alright right now, but it could be a little bit better. So, I wanted to read to you what I found on the internet. In 1792, Paterson was established as America's first planned industrial city, centered around the Great Falls of the Passaic River. From humble mills rose industries that changed the face of the nation. And Alexander Hamilton had something on here too. Let's see if I can find that piece. In 1778, Alexander Hamilton visited the falls and was impressed by its potential for industry. Later, when Hamilton was the nation's Secretary of Treasury, he selected the site of the nation's first planned industrial city, which he called a national manufactory. In 1791, Hamilton helped found the Society for the Establishment of Useful Manufactures. That's interesting. The initials SUM, I guess, are used. A state-chartered private corporation to fulfill this vision. The town of Paterson was founded by the Society and named after New Jersey Governor William Paterson in appreciation of his efforts to promote the Society. Huh. Well, what do you know? I didn't know all that. Was that enough to let it dry? And do I want to do anything else? Maybe sometimes it's better to just leave it. Do you think that ever when you're doing a painting, like, maybe you should stop earlier? Just consider it done? Maybe that's what I'll do with this one. Maybe I'll consider it done. I do think I want to add a little bit more darkness to the water here. Not that dark. No. Let me spread that out. Just a little more darkness here. Just a little bit more. Let's get those reflections in there. The motion of the water. Let me make some of these rocks look more jaggedy. I think I put too much water on it before. So now we have our waterfalls, and part of the waterfall is obscured because it breaks up as it goes to the bottom, so I think I'll do a little bit of that. And you know what I can do? In that regard, I could use a little bit of white. I think might help. Yeah, maybe I'll use some white gouache, just a little bit. I don't know, maybe I should just leave it alone. Maybe it's good enough. Maybe if I touch it up anymore, it's going to ruin it. What do you think? There's so many little things happening in the rock. When the rock happens. You know what? I think I'm just going to leave it like that. Put a few more. This bush over here has been bothering me. Again, I should just not mess with it. Just leave it alone. That's good enough. I think we have our picture. I think we're done. So, there we are. I'll let it dry and then I'll fold it. Let me turn off the camera and I'll be right back. Alright, it's dry. It's dry. Let's fold it on that piece that's scored just for this. So, what would I do differently? I think what I would do differently is I would have done the bridge with ink, especially that line right there. Now, I could wash it out and then sort of erase it and then put the ink there, but I don't think I will do that. I think I'll just leave it like it is. So there we have it, our picture of the Great Paterson Falls, or the Great Passaic Falls, or whatever it actually is called. I don't know. And you know, there are still some pencil marks on there. So let me erase them, and then they won't be bothering me in the future when I see them. Now I will probably give this one away to somebody who is a native in New Jersey, because this place is pretty important to them. I think so. Alright, I'm happy with it. Well, thank you for watching. Thank you for all your nice comments. Thank you for sharing your work on the Facebook group. If you don't know about it, it's facebook.com/groups/Poppa Paints. And I put the other information, like where the music is coming from, which is just I love that music. It's from artlist.io. Anyway, I'm kind of happy with this one. All right, talk to you later.